Yeah, I have a separate monitor over here on this side to watch.
All right, excellent, beautiful setup then. All right, well, we are live apparently.
Yay!
To make sure I actually, yeah, woo
Yeah, it says
woo.
live, so yeah.
Yeah, should probably pause the stream so I'm not sucking up bandwidth. But yeah, hey everyone. Awkward start out, but hey everybody, thanks for coming to the live stream. Really exciting show I think tonight. When I sort of started to reimagine the stream a little bit and wanted to get out of my comfort zone and started to think of all the guests that I wanted to get on the show, Kanto Kitsune here was I think you were probably the first one who came to mind. I didn't tell you that. I didn't want to
Oh.
creep you out, but yeah, you were the first one who came to mind. And so, yeah, without further ado, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, well, hello everybody out there. If you don't know me, I go by the name Fox. My channel name is Kanto Kitsune. And basically, yeah, I do blogging, vlogging, and all that stuff. And I'm also a photographer, if you can see my camera over here.
Mm. Yeah, you seem like one of the busiest of the Jvloggers for sure. You got a lot on your plate.
Yeah, yeah. I'm working currently. I'm working two jobs right now, and one's a basic J job, and the other one's basically at nighttime doing like part-time teaching Spanish and English and all that fun stuff. So
Gotcha.
like vlogging time is like slim to none. If anything, it's like usually on a train or on weekends.
Right. Can you give us like a window, to
Uh-huh.
use a cliche, into like, you know, Fox, like when did you come over to Japan? Why did
hmm
you come? And I mean, you know, when did you start sort of getting into the madness of YouTube?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Good question. Good question. Okay, so let's see. I'm originally from California, in the United States. Usually, Irvine, actually, if you know, close to Orange County.
Sure.
And I came here to Japan in 2012. I think March. Next week is going to be my 3-year anniversary. So, yay!
Awesome. Congrats.
Yeah. So the reason I came out here, let's see. I was working for a broadcast company, which will somewhat remain nameless.
Mm.
But yeah, they sent me out here on a contract to basically work with Japanese companies, you know, like Fuji Television, NHK, and all that fun stuff. So I was kind of the liaison of the company. Flash forward quite a bit of long working hours because in America, working salary means you work limitless hours. I kind of gave up that job and started to move on other things. And I decided within, you know, that 1 year span that, hey, I want to be here in Japan. I want to stay here in Japan. So basically, after I quit that job, I obviously had a lot more free time. A lot of time that I spent, you know, watching YouTube videos at home, which I probably shouldn't have. But during that time, I went to Japanese school where I started learning more Japanese. And it was around that time where I got really heavy into J-vlogging as a whole. And what got me into J-vlogging was actually Philip Zeppelin, which is like a old generation of J-vloggers.
Mm.
Uh, he had a hangout that was like really spur of the moment in like 2013 or so. And at that time, I got to meet a lot of people. I got to meet Tikio Sam. I got to meet Milk Jam Juice, and you know, a variety of other people, including Kemushi-chan. She was there as well, which was
Oh,
actually very
nice.
interesting. So after I met Philip, we became really good friends, and then he started kind of teaching me the ins and outs of J vlogging, and he kept egging me on, like, "Hey, come on, make videos," and I was extremely hesitant because I was like super camera shy, and I was not up for, you know, vlogging myself. So I mean, even if you look at my channel now, some of my older videos have absolutely no footage of me, no footage of me talking even, just here's this thing, look at it, with just like cheesy music in the background. And basically, I gave that up. So there's like this like 1 year period between videos of my channel where I was like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore.
Sure.
So during this time, I started to get more heavy into photography, and I bought a Canon 5D Mark III, and I basically just started going out and taking pictures. So in order to motivate myself to actually get the hell out of the house, because you know, after you live here in Japan, you're gonna get bored and you just want to relax and stay home.
Sure. Right.
I started up a blog which is called Kanto Kitsune, And I wanted to make it a blog where people could go and check out some of the more, like out of the way places that you could go visit in Japan in the Kanto area, uh, and basically have it be like a gateway where people could see my pictures aside from Flickr.
Sure.
So I got really heavy into that and started just posting about just about every other week or so. And from there, about a year or so later, I met Tikyo Sam again, as well as Sub Tokyo, Anton X6, Manastar, Shivers, and a plethora of other people that were like really high level YouTubers, pretty much, compared to my meek 200 or so subscriber base. But
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
well, like I'm not big, so I don't know what you have of me, Charlie. No, but it was yeah, they kept just egging me on to just keep trying, and the thing that got me into YouTube was the Vita challenge of last year. So last April, they were like, just make a video every day, and I was just like, all right, fine. Well, if it's just the three of us, nobody's gonna watch my channel, so I guess I'm okay with talking.
Sure, right.
So like my first real like try at YouTube is like me holding my cell phone camera, like, hi, vlog every day challenge, April. I don't know what to say. My name is Fox, and here you go. So it's like really embarrassing, but I stuck it through. I completed that challenge, and after that, I was basically hooked.
Yeah, I think in one of your more recent videos, I mean, you said that. I mean, I assume. I mean, you have a pretty prolific channel. You have what, like 160 videos or something on it.
Yeah.
So I mean, there has to be like at least a measure of enjoyment there, I guess. But I mean, I think you also said recently that for you, it's a really. I mean, in a lot of ways, it's a chance to practice your videography.
Yes, that is correct. Like, if you notice, like the majority of my videos are basically me walking around daily life, or if something's interesting. I don't really focus on, say, like skits, or I don't really focus on like, hey guys, look at this awesome convenience store. They have a bunch of blah blah blah.
Right.
For me, it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I do live in Japan, but like I said, and like you noticed, I'm working my butt off all the time. So I don't really have time to stage things where it's like, okay, I want this shot. I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna show them this. I literally just have time. Just put the GoPro up and like, hey, what's up, guys? Here I am at blah blah blah. This is what's going on. This is where I'm going. This is what I'm doing. And by the time I get home, it's usually like midnight or so, and it's like I have to wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning. So I have to leave the encoding on, pray that media encoder encodes it, wake up to a video, upload it, get to work, and then try to set all the settings on my phone, and then start working for the day. But yeah, the main thing about my channel right now is I'm practicing basically videography skills. I want to basically get master cuts, transitions, openings, endings. Like the whole opening and ending I have, as cheesy as it is, that was like one of my main goals of like, can I actually do this from scratch?
Right.
And I did. I don't know After Effects. I don't really know Premiere that much either, to be honest with you. All I know is from YouTube tutorials and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I'm using this kind of as a springboard to practice basically, yeah, videography. It's like I have skits in the background, but eventually I'll get that as soon as I feel that the production value of the videos that I'm putting out is high enough.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think that's probably the healthy way to go about it. Or not the healthy way, but the smart way to go about it, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I just sort of like put shit out and hope for the best, to be honest. I get hooked on the idea, and then I make it and hope that it somehow lives up to like the form, right?
Yeah.
So
that's why for me it's like I'm not really looking to really expand. I mean, it would be nice. But for me, the main thing is like I really love interacting with people. So when people leave comments, it's like, yeah, I'll talk back because they think it's interesting. You're watching this. It's like, do you have any questions? What about Japan are you interested in? Because I kind of want to use that as a springboard of like, okay, well, I can make videos on this provided I have time. If I don't, I can at least go there, take some pictures, write it up on the blog.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, but I mean, I think you might be sort of selling that bit a little short too. I mean, your blog has been running for what, three years now, right?
Just about 3 years. Got what, like 120 articles or so.
Yeah, so I mean that's not a small expenditure of time for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's actually something I want to dive into a little bit more deeply once we get past the little lightning round thing.
Mm-hmm.
So before we do that,
Yeah.
it's got to make sure we say hi to everybody who's in the comments, who's giving us their time watching the show.
Hello, everyone.
First one, of course, is Dude Jericho with the Yokai Watch theme. Thanks for keeping that alive, buddy. Ninjaru, hello. Bernie, Sean, you wonderful human beings, hello, hello. Lucas, of course. Hello, Lucas. How are you? Hope things are well in the Philippines. With your plastic flowers. Roz, what's up, man? Nice to see you. There's some guy named Distal in the comments.
I don't know. That guy's a punk. I heard he's a troll.
Yeah, whatever. Get out of here, guy. Three Old Dudes is here. It's Simon, by the way. What's up, 3OD? Awesome to see you guys represented here.
Yes, much props.
Yeah, man, boom. Thank you very much.
Yeah. By the way, you're the first person to actually be able to pronounce my second channel correctly. Yeah, it is Distal.
Oh, good. I wasn't sure if it was like a thistle, right? Rhymes with thistle.
Yeah, it's Distal, and it's got a really, really stupid background to it. Do you guys know the Disney movie Blank Check?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so in the movie, you know, they always have like the catchphrase between the limo driver and the kid. And they're like, "Hey kid, do you know what you got? STYLE. Style." And they did that back and forth. So when I was a teenager in my like sophomore year, I tried to do that with a friend, but I was a little bit dyslexic and stuff like that. So I was like, "You know what you got? DYSTLE. Huh?" And then that name just stuck for like the entire year, for the rest of the year that I was there.
I guess it could be worse. Definitely be worse nicknames out there, right?
Oh, touche. Yes.
For sure. No beer heat, though. Also from Singapore, joining us from Singapore, hello.
Huzzah.
And Man in Japan, hello. Thank you. I think, Man in Japan, aren't you in North America right now? You got to be up pretty early.
Oh, wow.
From glorious Canada. Yeah, it's at like
6 a.m. or so.
I don't know what part of Canada he's from, to be honest, but I think if he's from like the East Coast, it's about 9 o'clock, I think. So.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, hello everybody. Thank you for joining, and thanks for anybody who watches this video when it's in its recorded version. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Always appreciate the support. And here's a shameless plug for Kanto Kitsune. Go check out his stuff. I'm going to. I think I have your blog linked in the description already.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But also, we need to get a link to the stuff you're doing for Japanistas, of course.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I appreciate it.
No, not at all, man. It's definitely worth. It should be showed off for sure.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
yeah. So let's head into the lightning round before we dive into the topics here. Got to get my list out.
All right.
All right. So basically, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm gonna play some stupid music, and while it plays, I'll ask you. There's 5 questions. 5 questions.
Okay.
And answer them to the best of your ability.
Yes, sir.
Whatever. Hello, Gaijanese.
Hello, Gaijanese. Say my name, Charles.
Yes. Juggernaut. That's what I'm thinking right now. Charles. Okay. All right. So here we go. Start the old ongaku.
Get that ongaku going.
All right. Are you prepared?
Yes, as prepared as I can be.
Okay. So first one is, what's your favorite curse word and why?
Shit. Shit. Shit's my favorite. Mostly because, like, when bad things happen, it's just the first thing I think. Shit. Like, not again.
Right, like the very natural response. Yeah. And it fits everything, I think.
Yes, it does.
People say that about fuck, but, like, I think shit is the much better.
I don't know, fuck is too generic. Shit is more just, I don't know, it has better style, I think. I mean, you could have different varieties of shit, but you could only have certain types of fuck. You could have... Well, I'll just leave it at that. Leave it to your imagination.
Boy. All right, then. Moving on. What things do you hate?
I hate people that walk while smoking in Japan. I absolutely hate them. Because, like, I have to deal with that shit on rainy days. And, like, when they're smoking in front of you and I'm wearing kind of like a really nice jacket, it just sticks to your clothes.
Right.
Like, I want nothing more than to, like, have like really bad Taco Bell, wait the next day, and just rip a moist fart in their faces just to have them sniff what that ass smells like. You heard it here first.
Is that proportionate?
That's proportionate. That's proportionate. I just cannot stand the smell of smoke. I don't mind smokers. Just hate secondhand smoke if they're walking and I have to deal with it.
Right. No, I am equally like enraged whenever I have to deal with that.
Mm. So,
yeah. Though I haven't thought about the biological warfare to the depths that you have, so
gotta get revenge somehow.
All right, let's move on. Who's the best-looking YouTuber and/or celebrity in your opinion?
Oh, frick! I never really thought about YouTubers. Christ! Nothing comes to mind. Charlie.
All right, well there we go.
There we go, Charlie.
I would also accept they're all ugly. I think that would be a pretty solid response. And yeah, John, aka Dude Jericho, they're supposed to be stupid. That is the point, sir.
Oh yes,
sir. Hey, we got Montreal, Kazuki, Jboy 74. What's up, man? And what awful food or drink do you love that you know you really shouldn't?
Oh, frickin'. Oh god. Frickin' convenience store fried stuff, but eaten cold.
Eaten cold, no less.
Eaten cold, not warmed up. Eaten cold, like the stuff that has like egg, bacon, and stuff like that. You're supposed to heat it up, but if you eat it cold, I think it's better.
That is a new level of debauchery, my friend.
I'm sorry.
Last question. What's your musical guilty pleasure?
Oh, easily a mix of Kari Pamu Pamu Baby Metal, which I've already spoiled in the comments.
Yes. That's a hellish combination, by the way, the two of those together.
Mm.
Oh man, that was perfect. We ended just as the song ended.
Oh.
Kari Pamu Pamu and Baby Metal. Can you imagine if there was some sort of like Dragon Ball, Dr. Gero, terrible android making business?
Like fusion?
Yes, exactly. Fusion dance. That'd be terrible.
What's up, Al?
Al, what's up, man? Nice to see you. Awesome. So, I'd like to maybe get back to like what you were saying about pretty much not having time for like a lot of the video stuff, because I mean, if we can just sort of do a rundown of what you're doing. I mean, you are a photographer, and not just in like the sense you do it by yourself. Like I mean, you've had gigs where you're in like a club until wee hours of the morning, and you have to wait for the first train for a long time and things like that.
Yep. So basically, right now I work as a journalist, editor, Spanish, English teacher, and a freelance photographer on the side.
Right.
So, holy crap, that much. Yeah, all of that, which is why I rarely, if ever, have any time.
And I mean, was that? I mean, I guess I'm always kind of envious / I don't know if skeptical is the right word, but when other people, like other artists, can sort of do all those things without it completely sucking like their creativity dry, or maybe not the creativity as much as like the want to do it. You know what I mean?
Want to do it?
Yeah.
That is a very good question. I think the only reason why I'm actually able to keep going with it is just because it varies, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, if the only thing you're doing is like English teaching, Spanish teaching, then yeah, you're gonna end up hating it for a while. But it's like for me, it's like on the weekend nights, it's like I get to go take pictures in you know, very nice, lively areas, and yeah, sometimes it sucks, sometimes I get bored of it, but that's when I really appreciate, you know, Monday through Friday, where I get to sit down at a desk, relax, and just like, all right, well, today I want to talk about, you know, Miku Day, today I want to talk about, you know, strawberry desserts or something like that. And then, you know, if I get bored of that, switch it up, want to get like one-on-one conversation, then that's when I go with teaching.
Right.
In regards to YouTube, I think it's become kind of a passion because it's like I want to be able to create stuff, you know. Like I mentioned in like one of my last vlogs, the Real Talk, it's like I really highly respect Wong Fu Productions, Corridor Digital as well. I've met Sam and Nico a few times back in California, but yeah, it's just I really respect them and how they kind of started off from nothing and having cheesy skits and cheesy videos, and now I mean look at them, Corridor Digital is really getting out there doing special effects for people with like Freddie Wong and stuff like that. Right. Wong Fu Productions. as are they're like making movies and stuff now, and their production value is like amazing. And it's like I know I'm just like a one-man show right now, but eventually I kind of want to get at least somewhere to that level. So that's kind of like my motivation for that.
Right, and I think like some of what I'm hearing too is that it's really important that if you are going to have so many things to like them.
Yes,
right? I mean to varying degrees, of course, but give you a little bit of background about myself. Before I came over here, I was working as a writer for a marketing company doing like SEO work.
Okay.
SEO press releases and stuff like that for almost 2 years. And for me to try and come home off of that, writing 12 articles a day of things that I just hated writing about. I hated the marketing aspect of it, and then to try and come home and write like fiction or my own creative nonfiction stuff, I just couldn't do it,
Oh, I see.
But now that I'm here and teaching is is such a breath of fresh air, because it is so dynamic. And they sort of feed into each other in a lot of ways, and it is so much like you said, where they serve as like a pressure release valve for each other in a lot of ways, So yeah. But I mean, I am nowhere near as busy as you are, and I mean, I have up right now just because I was trying to do a little bit of research before we talked, and I mean, your blog posts, I mean, not only are you posting like these really high quality videos, like I'm looking at the Isle of the Rabbits one right now of Okunoshima, and I mean, not only are you've got a ton of information, you've got like the vlog right up to go with the pictures, but then I mean, you also have like these important points and things like that, and I mean, just the amount of work, in addition to the professional writing and the photography and the teaching and blah blah blah. I mean, it's inspirational for sure.
Yeah, definitely. With the whole the blog itself, like I said earlier, I wanted to make something for friends and family initially, but I mean, if it blew up, and I'd be like super happy with that. So that's why it's like, okay, well, if my brother's gonna come out to Japan, and I want him to be able to look on my website and be like, okay, well, what was interesting? Okay, this was it. And I want him to know the exact information. Hey, this is how much it's going to cost if you bring your family. This is what days they're open. Here's the website if you want to check out more things. But on top of that, it's like I take an abundance, sometimes an overabundance of pictures, and I post them up on the gallery so they could see kind of firsthand what it's really like. I mean, you could only go to like japanguide.com and look up, say, like Tokyo Doitsumura, which is Tokyo German Village in Chiba. And they only have like 1 or 2 pictures, but for me, it's like I have, God, what, like 20, 50 or so. More could be found on my Flickr.
I mean, better in overabundance, I think, than just nothing, right? So.
Yeah. Oh, congrats, Ross! Winning contest.
Ha cha cha.
Cha cha cha. Da da da.
And I mean, did Kanto Kitsune serve as? I mean, how did you hook up with the job you're doing now? I mean, we don't need to talk about the specifics, but I mean,
good question.
Did Kanto Kitsune serve as like a resume, or did you use it for clips, or what?
I didn't really have any, end game expectations for the website, to be honest with you. Like, none at all. It was just me writing. It's my hobby. When I get to it, I can get to it. But in regards to my current position, where I'm a editor and journalist, hell yeah, it paid off. It paid off. I mean, for the website I'm working for right now, they wanted somebody with basically the same exact style. And when I went in for the interview, I was just like, oh, by the way, here's my own blog. And they were really impressed with it. They really liked it. And yeah, I think that really gave me an edge over the competition.
For sure. And I mean, are you still finding it as enjoyable now that you're sort of, I mean, you're doing?
Oh, extremely enjoyable.
Nice.
Extremely enjoyable. Like, I'll sit there, during the day and just find topics that I want to write about, and then just provide as much information as I can. So it's basically the same thing as I was doing for my blog, and my blog was my stress reliever.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
like I really consider myself, like, blessed, as cheesy as the word might sound, but it's
Sure,
just
sure.
like, it's like, wow, it's like I'm actually getting to do a job that I really love. So yeah, I'm like totally psyched out.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, is it? I mean, you don't have to tell me if it's none of my damn business, but I mean, what is your setup like? I mean, are you working out of home? Do you have to go into an office to write? I mean,
Oh, yeah, I'm working at an office right now.
cool, nice, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just ask because one of the things I think I miss about exclusively like freelance writing is just being able to write wherever, wearing whatever. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But
Well, hopefully, if
no,
I get that in the future, that'd be pretty awesome.
yeah, man, yeah, for sure.
Oh, what's up, Adil? What's up, Eric? Thanks, guys,
Hello,
for all your supports.
hello, Deal, hello, Eric. Welcome to the channel. Nice to see you guys. Coming to see the fox, no doubt. Apparently.
The Kanto of the Kitsunes.
Yeah,
That has an interesting story too. Why I chose
please,
that name.
please tell it. Yeah.
So yeah, Kanto Kitsune. It's pretty cheesy, right? It's pretty cheesy. My name is actually Victor, but we all know there's only room for one Victor in the Jvlog community.
Right. Yeah.
Give it a break, man. So I went back to an old school name that I used to use when I was like 15 or so, because I used to be a BMX racer and Fox Racing before I feel that they kind of sold out. Used to make actually cool clothing and a bunch of gear for BMX racing, and I basically wore it religiously at the time because I used to kind of race. And because I wore it so much, everybody just called me, hey, there goes that Fox guy. There goes that Fox guy again. So the name stuck. And yeah, I went by Fox. When I moved out here to Japan, I actually lived in Chiba for the first 2 years or so. And everybody and their mom calls themselves Tokyo blah blah blah, Tokyo blah 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 for a YouTube channel, for a blog and everything, or Japan blah blah blah. So for me, it's like I wanted something kind of original, but Chiba is like, you know, the redheaded cousin of Tokyo, so nobody really cares about it.
Yeah.
So I decided, okay, well, I don't want to just be known as the Chiba area. I want to be able to be more broad because, you know, I love traveling all around Japan. So, all right, how about Kanto Fox, Kafo, or Kanto? How about Kitsune? That'll be more attractive to kind of like both the Japan audience and the, you know, American English speaking audience. So
Yeah.
that's why I like combined it all together.
I mean that worked out pretty damn well, I think. Right? I mean, what if you had a much like lamer nickname from those days? I mean, right? I mean,
Asian Raver XXX Kitsune Fox Japan lulz for the win.
Ayo. But yeah, actually, I was wondering about that because I thought like your actual name for the longest time was Fox.
Oh, okay.
And then I think you started following me on Twitter or we connected on Facebook or something. I'm like, who the fuck is this Victor guy? Like,
who is this Victor dude?
Yeah, I was really confused. His name isn't Victor. But yes, now we all know.
Now we all know, and I do not look like Victor. Give me a break, man. Which is what everybody and their mom tells me during the meetups.
I mean, I don't see it, but I've also never seen you in person. Maybe there's something more.
I just need to grow this out or something like that.
Yeah, you do. You got to get like the Guy Fawkes thing going on.
Oh God.
Yes, and yeah, I think maybe you have to get a little more rambly.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that only with love.
And drink more liquor and all of a sudden be like, instead of pocket sand, come up with something like pocket liquor.
Yeah, exactly. Out of the bag of holding.
Out of the bag of holding. So today, guys, we're gonna talk about liquor. No.
Actually, we are a little bit. What I think maybe one of the first videos I saw from you was it had to be a couple months ago now when you went to the Japan Brewers Cup in
Yokohama.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, are you a beer guy? I mean, beyond just like a
Yes, I am. Like the first time I had my beer, cough illegally, was when I was like 5 years old, and that was because I saw there was like a Budweiser in the fridge. I was like, "What is this? Oh my God, I'm gonna try it." Psst, tastes like crap. So I swore off beer for like the longest time because that was like a traumatic memory.
Sure.
And it wasn't until I was like 22 or so that I finally tried beer again, and it tasted like shit. You know, I didn't like it.
Right.
Until a friend of mine actually took me to a brewery, local brewery, and you know, he challenged me. He's like, I want you to be able to taste the difference between, you know, a porter, a lager, you know, an IPA, and this stuff. And I was just like, okay. And I took his challenge, and it turned out that, yeah, I was actually able to tell the difference.
Sure.
So then he told me, all right, well, which one do you like the most? Okay, I like the porter more. He was like, all right, so here's 4 more. Which one of these do you like, and can you tell the difference? I was like, actually, this is pretty good. He's like, you like beer? I was like, holy shit, I love beer.
I mean, what was the beer that you tried when you were 22 that again was like black? Was it a
Oh God, I wish I could
Mass
remember
American lager or what?
that brewery closed down because I lived out in the boondocks back in California back then. But yeah, I just remember it was a porter, and I'm a porter type of guy. I like porter. I love it.
Have you had the Asahi has like a porter out now randomly?
Osaka, I think it's da 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 Suntory.
There
Oh wait,
is
no wait, I made a
Asahi-
mistake. Damn it.
Yeah,
Royal bitter. You were right. The Asahi has the. Shows how much he knows about. No. Actually, if you look for the image of it, yeah, they look almost exactly the same.
yeah, they do. They've got like that maroon
Yeah.
color. Yeah.
Damn it! I made a mistake. I hate you, Family Mart.
Actually, Family Mart. I don't know if you found it as weird as I have, but the fact that there's like convenience store specific beers, right? Like Kirin, the one I'm drinking now is like the Kirin, the Grand Kirin, and then there's one that's called the
That one's
Aroma
at
and the
7-Eleven, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's not just only sold at 7-Eleven. It's like a partnership, right?
Yeah.
So they got together and 7-Eleven was like, hey, this is what we want, and which is so I guess it's still sort of I'm trying to separate what convenience store means in America versus what it means here.
hmm
But then then you can only get the Asahi Porter so far at Family Marts and things like that. So
Yeah. They in Lawson's actually has the best selection in my opinion. They have Yona Yona Ale and a bunch of they have just more variety. If you know this smaller chain that nobody knows, I mean everybody knows 7-Eleven, everybody knows Family Mart, everybody knows Lawson's, but there's another one called 3F, and this one's a little bit more of a local store, but they have deals with more of the local brewers. So they have like more like real downtown like local breweries.
oh
You
man,
can find,
that's
like
awesome.
you can find what like my favorite is called like Owl's Nest, and that is just very delicious.
Yeah, I've had that imported when I was in the States a few times.
And if you go to like any bar or something, you'll end up paying like 900 yen for like half a pint.
Yeah,
But here
that's
you get it at the convenience store for only like 300.
To be in a more alive part of Japan at times. Sigh. But I mean, how so? Presumably, it wasn't just chance. Like you heard about the Yokohama, the Japan Brewers Cup. I mean, that
No.
was part of the fandom.
Yeah. So like when I was in America, that's I really liked porters, but I'm not gonna say like I'm the authority on beer or anything. No, I just really like drinking. But when I came out here to Japan, it was kind of like, all right, well, Jameson's here is like is pretty damn hard to find out here in Japan. Let alone Michelob Amberbach, which is probably like their only good beer. They do have Newcastle out here, but it's expensive, ridiculously expensive. I wish they had Fat Tire out here because that would be delicious. But yeah, that whole of like going to the store and seeing like Asahi, which I'm sorry Asahi, I don't like your super dry crap. It tastes like water. It's like fucking in a canoe. But no, it's like having sex in a canoe, fucking close to water. That's what it was. But yeah, that motivated me to head out more to like rural places and go to bars and try out different beers and stuff. And then that's when I heard about the whole craft beer craze that I think almost literally started popping up in Japan 2 years ago. Before that, craft beers were kind of like really unheard of.
Sure.
So like last year, starting in August, like I made it an effort to go to like just about every craft brew place in the Kanto area. So that's what basically led me out to Yokohama. I heard that they were having a festival, and I was like, oh god, I'm so there.
Yeah, that hurt me. It hurt me in an unspeakable way when I knew I had just been in Yokohama like a few days earlier or something like that. I was like, God damn it!
Before I start, cheers, everybody.
Kanpai.
Kanpais.
Yeah, that's sort of now that I'm settled. The two things I think I look for more than anything else are cheese, like blue cheese and whatever, and
Oh yes.
and like beer that isn't like the big three lagers, you know.
Yeah.
And I talked about this in a previous video about how I was paying out the ass to buy like imported German hefes from Germany, to be super redundant, right? And I mean they're like $30 for 3 bottles, and I mean, so I'm looking for a place near here that is like they do their own stuff, and maybe I can get away with a little bit cheaper, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it depends. To be ridiculously honest, just I don't know, if you use Google Foo, craft beer places in Japan, they are blowing up.
Google
Right
Food,
now,
yeah.
my favorite craft beer place is not my favorite craft beer is by Swan Lake, Japanese company, and their Swan Lake Porter is just, oh my God, mind blown, delicious, super rich, and everything.
Like porter. Keep
And
this in mind.
yes, keep it. And I found out that they recently opened up a bar in, I think, over like the Ebisu area. So I'm sure it'll probably it'll cost a pretty penny, but it'd be so worth it to head over there and check it out.
Yo, they're based in Niigata Prefecture,
Mhm.
which isn't that far of a drive, which is good to know.
Mhm.
You may have just led me into beer-based bankruptcy, but whatever. Swan Lake, you know, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely have to look into that. I mean, I'm trying to think how to ask this. I mean, did you miss it pretty straight away? I mean, was that one of the big things for you when you got here? Was sort of
To be ridiculously honest, I probably didn't miss anything because I was just stuck working 24/7.
oh sure, okay, yeah, you're just sort of an autopilot.
Yeah, because when I came here originally, I was working under salary, and under salary means basically that you're worked as a slave, but you
Sure.
still get paid for a 40 quote hour work week.
Right, yeah.
So
Overtime,
it's like, oh,
yeah.
my hours were California
much.
hours from like 10 p.m. till 10 a.m. in the morning. And on top of that, because they had the bright idea of, like, okay, well, since you're up during the day in Japan, that means you can take care of our night calls here in America. And I'm like, wait. No, that means I'm working like 18, 16 hours. And they're like, have fun. And I'm just like, okay, I guess. So that's kind of,
Overtime exemption is such a scam, man.
yeah, so I didn't really have time to miss anything. I was just stuck working 24/7.
Yeah, that sounds like hell, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see that the craft brew thing is becoming so big because I mean the small business, right, is said to be like much more the future here. Like over the next couple of years, it's supposed to be freaking exploding because people are just like, all right, well, I'm just gonna do my own thing more and more,
Mhm.
And so, if more good beer is tied directly to that, then I say, have at you, entrepreneurs,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Except
But I
for the
do.
really weird beers, because yeah, at the festival I had one that's like chestnut beer, and it tasted like sweet cake plus with the bitterness of beer, and it was just too much. It's too much.
Yeah, I think one of sometimes though I think those tend to be like superbly hit or miss, but always the ratio is like 99-1 type of hit or miss,
Hmm.
And one of them, there's a sticky toffee pudding porter
Hmm.
made by a British company, I think. It might be a Samuel Smith like seasonal type thing.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And it is one of the things that if I could drink it constantly, I probably would, even though it's one of those things like in your rational mind, it's actually quite disgusting, but somehow it just like it hits all the right spots on the tongue.
Hmm.
At
Check it
least
out if I could run into it.
Yeah, if you do, don't hate me when and if you if you don't actually like it.
Like I have my preference. There's a place over here in Ikebukuro called Beer Source.
Beer
One where
Source.
Beer Source, and this place is pretty freaking amazing. They got like a bunch of imported stuff from like all around the world. Like every time they pour you a glass, it's like a nice shiny glass dedicated to this beer. And they have this beer where it's just like this full like German name, and I can't read it. But this beer is freaking amazing because it has like this charcoalish like aftertaste. I know it sounds weird, but it's like after you taste it, it's like it's not really bitter. It's kind of like a mix between like a porter and an IPA with like a charcoal kind of like aftertaste.
Sure.
And oh, it's just perfect. As a what's his name said, freaking I can't remember his name, Dave Chappelle. Oh, we got you fucked up.
Question.
Mm.
And this, I think this will have to close out the beer part of the conversation. But
Sure.
what is your thought on people who don't like IPAs? I mean, can you truly be a fan of beer and not like IPAs? It seems heretical in many circles.
Good question. For me, I honestly have no preference if you like to drink or if you don't like to drink. Yeah, I don't really care as long as you're not judging me about me drinking.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Because with say like with craft beer drinkers, it's like we'll go to like a bar and we'll spend like 2 hours, 3 hours there because we're basically tasting it. It's like our own version of wine testing.
Right.
And if you have somebody that's just like a really bad nagger, like you're just getting drunk, you're just doing this to get drunk. I'm just like, oh dude, come on, really, get real.
Yeah.
That's my only pet peeve. But
yeah,
if you don't drink, it's perfectly fine. If you don't want to try it, perfectly fine with me.
I like that attitude. I just ask because I actually don't like 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 IPAs I try. So glad to know I won't be hated should we ever be fortunate enough to get together for a drink or two.
Oh, definitely. That should be on the calendar sometime this year.
Absolutely. I hope so. I certainly hope so. But yeah, any comments from you guys out there? Any questions about beer or whatever the case may be before we move on a little bit? I don't want to.
Beer.
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 Das Bier.
Das Bier. 飲んでください.
Yeah, dude, Jericho, it's pretty damn good. Oh, Warsteiner is one of my favorites. I like their Dunkle. Got a pretty damn good Dunkle. Right then.
Right then. Okay.
No questions. Okay. So I mean, it sounds like in a lot of ways it's out of necessity, but like your videos, I think more than most people in this community, your videos are not of you standing in one place vlogging. You are always out doing something.
Yes.
Whether that means making snowmen or snowboarding or wandering around Roppongi at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, like. I don't know, maybe this is the unpopular opinion, but it's like with Jvlogging as a whole, Jvlogging is, well, what's the J? Japan. What part of seeing this all the time in your videos is Japan? I mean,
fair point.
I mean, if I wanted to, I could be back in the States and throw up pretty pictures of like, oh my god, pound me. Oh, look at this gacha I found, this review. And, nobody would be the wiser. I'm not trying to knock on it, of course. Unpopular opinion, but just like, yeah, if the thing that got me into Jvlogging is watching people walking around. That's why I loved like Tikio Sam, because he was always out. That's why I love Sub Tokyo, because he was out at events, That's why I love watching, say, like Shivers too, because she was out and about. These people were all out, and that's what basically influenced me. So whenever I vlog, it's like, hey, this is Japan, dude, not just a stage.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not trying to talk shit or anything, but just
no, man. I mean,
that's just my opinion.
That is it's your creative prerogative, for sure. But I mean, so it's not just a matter of necessity. It's also, I mean, it's like a conscious choice.
Yeah, it's a conscious choice because I mean, like honestly, the first Jvlogger that I watched was Tokyo Cooney, and that was way back in like 2006. And I was like, someday I'm gonna get to Japan. Someday I pray I get there.
Right.
And like most of his videos are like him. He was outside doing stuff, and it's just like I kind of want to just continue that because I think within like the last year or so, it kind of shifted from showing stuff outside to, all right, now everybody's gonna stay indoors and do skits, and I'm just like not. Maybe I'm blind to it, but not many people are really doing stuff outside anymore. It's kind of making me kind of turned off, to be honest, for the community.
I think in a lot of ways, I mean, just my perception of that is that Jvlogging is more like personality, right? It's about personalities now versus I do think it used to be more about sort of giving people that avenue, right, where they could see outside or they could see whatever they were going to be seeing.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's like necessarily a bad thing because personality is an important part of that, even when it was still people were still, like you said, out doing things a lot more. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, especially the bigger channels where people aren't coming there necessarily to hear about Japan. I mean, maybe they still live in, they already are here or whatever. They don't need to learn about it. It's about the people.
Yeah, which that's precisely the reason why I still watch, Give Me a Break Man and stuff like that. I love the laundry videos because I could get to work on my article, have him talking in the background, and it's perfect. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I do like those type of videos as well.
It's just, yeah, I mean, it's just not your thing. Right?
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
just not my
what you
real
want to
gig.
make.
Yeah, and if it is gonna be a skit, if it is gonna be a story, it's like, I want this to be kind of like Wong Fu quality. I want it to be like really nice, crisp, and perfectly set up, which is why I'm using my videos as basically a tool of, trying new things.
Right. I think that is one of the best things. One of the most freeing things about being a smaller channel, I think, is that you can do whatever you want, and especially if you're not one of the people who is so caught up on their sub numbers or their view numbers and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like you can just do whatever you want because it doesn't feel like there's a tether. I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the only thing that I really look for on my vlog, like I said, subscribers. If I get them, cool. I'm glad. But the thing I'm looking forward to is basically interaction. I always ask in my videos, hey, if you guys have any questions, let me know. If you want some place to check out, hey, I'll go check it out if you guys want. I've got Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and blah, blah, blah. So it's just like, I want to reach out. I want to talk and interact with people because I felt, when I was back in the States, when I tried contacting people, they're all famous and stuff. They don't really bother to contact back. So it's just like, I felt kind of like jaded about that. So it's like, I kind of want to return the favor of what I wanted, basically. So treat unto others as you would want them to treat unto you and stuff like that.
You're a nice lad.
Oh, I try. I try. Oh my God, do I try?
No. Hello, Wikipedia. Very nice to see you.
Hello, Wikipedia.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
People from around the world.
They're all watching.
Not sure what that accent was, but it was wonderful.
We could always try, like, hello, Wikipedia, and welcome back to the Charlie no Seikatsu channel.
I feel like that points something out to me, by the way. I feel like I need like a live stream name. Because calling it the stream doesn't really engender like people wanting to watch it, I think.
Just give it your own flair. That's what I always tell, like other people. Just if you're gonna do it, give it your own flair.
No, true enough, yeah. And hopefully I have. Hopefully I continue to. Maybe.
Yes, maybe.
Yes.
Keep watching.
But related to that, I mean, you I was really interested to see you in Hakuba, and also. Was it last year that you went up north for the Yuki Matsuri?
Yes, I got to go with the lovely Naruru, which is another YouTuber, but she mostly works on like artistic stuff. She's working actually on her own like little like manga thing right now. I think it's called like Tiger Punch.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we went together to go check out the Yuki Matsuri in Sapporo in Hokkaido, and that was like my first like. Okay, I'm gonna try to vlog now. Okay, hold the camera. Here goes. Hi, my name is Fox. I'm Kanto Kitsune. With that one, it's like I honestly didn't really have anything planned out, so I was like, okay, well, what would be interesting? Okay, checking out all the all the sculptures and stuff like that. A little bit of like what's going on. Just to give someone the experience of like, okay, if I was there, what would I actually see?
Right. I mean that
it's fun.
That had to be nice. That had to be nice, though, right? I mean, for that experience. I mean, at least you were with another YouTuber.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was awesome. I'm one with snow. I love the hell out of snow and cold things. After living in California for the majority of my life, you get sick of the the sun being up all the time.
No, I'm sorry to laugh at you. It's just such a funny problem to have. Because like I'm from Buffalo, and we're sort of we're frozen all the time, which is probably where my love of beer comes from. It's a necessity, but
Keep you warm.
yeah, keeps you warm, right? But and I mean now when I'm here, I mean it's frozen here all the time.
Yeah, I think
All
we got a
those
question
damn
by
country.
Jboy79. To Fox, how was it like to meet with Aminyan? She was pretty cool. Really down to earth, really charismatic, and basically she deserves all the support that you guys have for her. For those that don't know, Aminyan is from Chicago originally, I believe, and she came to Japan. I'm like plugging all these people. I'm so sorry, but yeah, she recently appeared in Anna Crush Volume 6, which is another event that I'm a photographer for. And yeah, she's trying to make it big as an idol, so support her. I mean, yeah, go, go, go. Sorry. Okay,
Plug,
hopefully I
plug,
answered
plug.
your question. Plug, plug, plug. It's gonna be like what Idiocracy. It's like click here for this, click here for this.
I support your referencing that movie always.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers indeed. I'm almost out. Sigh. But I was gonna ask you. Oh yeah. Here, what was it like for you? I mean, is it still weird for you to meet up with other YouTubers and have that sort of?
It depends really. I'm not really the type of person to be starstruck. So it's like if I see like a really popular YouTuber, for me it's just like, oh, it's so and so, it's so and so. For me it's more like judgment after I meet them.
Right.
Because there's always people that you'll meet, you'll try to talk to them, and they look at you and they're just like, oh, you're just another person. Okay, I'm just gonna go talk to this other guy. That's my friend.
Right.
And you know, again, just keeping it real. This does happen, you know.
Yeah.
Which is why I have like a lot of respect for a bunch of YouTubers. You know, TKO Sam, like he remembered me. He came up to me and just like, hey, what's up, Victor? And it's like, oh, you remember me? Awesome. You know, Victor also came up to me. Kurt also, you know, said, what's up? You know, Mully is also awesome. Tomoko's awesome. Both of them, by the way. You know, and, you know, Hiko Simon was also pretty cool. And, yeah, they remember, which I was like, oh, that's cool. That shows a sign of, like, a genuinely good person as opposed to a person who's just like, I am too good for you and stuff like that.
Right. I've been actually really surprised by how open, like, Victor and Tomoko and people like that have been to trying to plan to see people who they have no reason to really see, right?
Yeah.
I was really fortunate to meet Tomoko and Pickles last month in Nagoya, and that was fantastic. But even, I mean, Victor and Hiko have said as much, like, you know, if ever you're coming to town, we'll get a beer, and that's weird for people who are like, you know, like at the top of the top. So, but I mean, of course, that's not a complaint. For sure, but it's just a little strange in the best possible way, I think.
Yeah, which I think is good because that's like shows real signs of, you know, support, and that to me is the community, being able to just hang out and just shoot the shit with each other. And it's like I hung out with Sub Tokyo, Amanda Star. What was it, like last Sunday? That's when I filmed that whole DDR thing for the last video I put up. And yeah, we just hung out, and really, I didn't really have plans to film, to be honest, but I was just like, ah, crap, I need to film something. Okay, maybe this will be interesting. Okay, this will work. Let's go with it. You know, like obviously, we went out to an izakaya later, and you know, at that time, it's like we're hanging out, we're talking to each other, so it's like camera, you know, off. So that's kind of like more the priority, being able to talk to people.
Right. I don't know. I maybe because I haven't been doing it nearly as long, but there is still sort of like a when I've met other YouTubers and they just sort of automatically flow into taking a video, and it's like a natural movement, right?
Yeah, I can't get to that yet.
Yeah, that's the same. I mean, the first person I met was Bernie, and we were walking down the street in Kyoto, and she's like, "Okay, let's do the thing," and then bam, she's got it, the selfie stick out, and she's going. And I'm like, "All right."
Wow.
And that was my first experience with another YouTuber, and I was like, okay, so this is much less strange in a way, but also super strange. I don't know, but
yeah, for me, it's like if I'm gonna be on a video with someone else, I would like a little bit of a heads up, just so I wait. Okay, like what do you want to talk about? What should I say? What's gonna be good or not? Because like tonight on this show, I'm kind of being a little bit more, you know, free reign. But on my own channel, it's like I do kind of like tend to tone it down just a bit. Yeah. Mostly because, you know, it's like I got family back home that's going to be watching this stuff, and if my niece watches it or runs across it, and like, oh look, there's Uncle Victor. It's like I don't want to be like, oh you friggin' frabbin', get off my lawn, or something like that. And I don't want to be that kind of a bad influence.
Yeah. See, I generally stick to that, like on the recorded videos. But then I also just made one where I was getting blasted in the ass by a toilet for too long. So I think maybe I've lost the high ground, just slightly, So
that was pretty good. I really liked that video, by the way.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man, and I appreciate you putting it into the article.
It was too good.
But yeah, I guess maybe it's good if you don't get used to it. Maybe it's a sign that you remain slightly normal. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess time will tell, I guess.
Yeah.
But as much as possible, like again, I just want to remain me and just basically hang out with people who are cool, people that return the kind of favor, and basically reach out to basically everybody in the audience. Because I mean, let's face it, the fact is that we have quite a few viewers right now, but like half of you, if not 75% of you, do videos of your own, right? So I mean, those of us that are trying should do nothing but support each other, right? We're all just trying to do what we kind of love, whether it's a hobby or something we really want to get into. So that's why I kind of want to give back as much as possible.
Yeah, and I think here in this community, more than any of the other parts of YouTube I've been a part of, I think that's sort of like, it's a much more popular opinion than not, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what you'll hear Aundre Pickles the Gaijin say all the time, is that he's never going to forget what it was like to not be able to have people watch his videos or not have people respond to him. And I mean, that's much of what you're saying too, and
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is why people like you, man.
All of us, we're in this together. That's what a community is.
We get the Gaijin pass to do weird stuff. This is true.
Yeah, this is very true. It's still embarrassing as hell, though.
Yes.
I'll tell you that. Busting out a GoPro in the middle of Ikebukuro Station like this, and everybody walking by was like, "Nani yattenno, Mara?" It's like, oh, wasn't even staring at you.
Yeah.
I cut this out for my last video, but there was a jump cut where a bum jumped out at me. like I just got done finished the Shibuya crossing, and he comes out and he's like in the camera, and I'm just like, the fuck?
Wow.
And nothing really dangerous. He just saw the camera and just wanted his 15 seconds of fame. Maybe I'll put in a blooper sometime in the future. But yeah, that was interesting. You get a bunch of crazies sometimes.
I think maybe not so much in the Inaka.
That's true. That's true.
People here are just like, what's that guy doing? But
you should interview him. What do you think about YouTubers?
Yeah, I've thought about, especially now that my Japanese is progressing pretty nicely, in my opinion. I think I probably will start doing more interviews at all. So.
Yeah, definitely. Because I want to start more into that, because I've been getting a couple hookups, working in some of these places, like Anna Crush, being able to see firsthand some of the DJs and artists that are coming out here. So I kind of want to explore that avenue, but again, it's like I want to get the professionalism down first before I get there. It's like I don't want to just bust a GoPro and be like, oh my god, guys, we're like totally here at Club Magra, so like this is my friend, and I don't want to do any of that. I want to be professional, kind of stage, sit down, and just like a talk between two ferns and all that fun stuff. If anybody gets that.
I think I want to do that too, but I think the one thing I don't want to do is rip off like a much bigger channel in Rachel and June, and because I really love like their Craftsman series they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that's the sort of thing I'd want to do, like talk to the guy who's still hand carving the seals, right? Or talk to the people in the next city who have been like generation upon generation of family who makes like lacquerware and stuff like that, but I don't want to.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't really let that deter you, because I mean, Rachel and June have their own style. You have your own style. The way they cover an event, the way you cover an event might be completely different. You might have your own audience that likes it the way you do it. They have their own. So I mean, you shouldn't really let that deter you. I mean, how many videos of like vending machines are there in Japan between us Jvloggers?
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah, so I mean, just try it, go for it anyways. Everything is gonna get copied. You know, it's everything.
All of life is a remix, eh?
Exactly.
Yes, thank you. All right, I feel, yeah.
Peace out, three old dudes. Sorry if this is too late.
See
Bye.
you, Simon. Hello, Lisa. Sometimes. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Yes. On that note, I think we should start to do like the wind down into the crazy game section
Oh boy. Here we
of
go.
the show.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will tell you the three options, which I already told you, but for the sake of people watching. And
I'll
then,
need a reminder.
okay. Well, last week when Chokochi was on the show, we had the people watching choose what game would be played.
Okay.
But I think because they get to choose like the content of whatever game is played, I'll let you actually choose.
Okay.
If that's all right with you, or we can let our wonderful viewers choose too. It's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot for sure.
I'd say let the viewers choose.
Okay, all right, awesome. I'm sorry to try and take it away from you guys. Apologies. All right, so just remind all of you guys, and to get Fox up to speed here, the three options are one-word anecdotes. So the idea is that you guys, if you choose this game, will give us a single word, the one that gets voted up the most. We will have to tell a true story about that word.
Oh God.
Hopefully, right? Yeah, last week there were dick stories. So, option 2 is the 5-word spontaneity, which you guys give us 5 words. We have to either tell you a true or completely made-up story, working those 5 words in somehow. And the last one is just random Pictionary. So you guys just choose a bunch of random topics, and then we'll sort of draw and hopefully see what each other are drawing. So, put it out there to you guys.
Okay.
We'll give you until 11:02. That's a solid 2 minutes. I think that's how we did it last time, and it worked out pretty well. So,
Yeah.
is there? Just be gentle. Is there one you're hoping for?
Melon palm.
Melon time.
If you've ever read my blog, some of the first posts, there's an interesting melon pond.
I will have to go back and read that, I think. Well, my interest is piqued. Ninjuru just says sex. Ninjuru, you have to first vote on a game, and then we'll choose a word.
Here. You just look at the screen, and that'll do it. This is what somebody handed out to me on the way home.
Oh, right then.
Bar. Huh? Tail. Oh, gee, I wonder what this is alluding to.
Yes. One word. Right, looks like. See ya, Jess. Take it easy. All right, so we have 2 words for 2 votes for 1 word, 1 for 5 topic thing. We got 1 more minute, so you guys get your votes in. See ya, Jess.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun.
Yes, there should be like some dramatic Star Trek battle music playing in the background or something. Spock!
Aww.
Too soon, apologies.
Too soon. Ow.
I had a minor like nerd panic attack when Harrison Ford crashed that plane, because I was like, oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
So if Harrison Ford goes within a week, that's not going to be.
Yeah, that's not going to be good.
Yeah.
What was the rule they said? Like, great people always die in 3?
Yeah, always 3 celebrities. But, come on, not Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Alright, so it looks like because only 2 people voted this time, which is weird compared to our last turnaround, God. The game we'll be playing is the 1-word anecdote. Okay, yeah, we just got another vote for 1 word, so I guess we're doing that. Alright, so we're going to be playing the 1-word anecdote then, guys. Now, if you could all provide us with 1 word that you would like to hear an anecdote from each of us on. I will repeat Fox here and just say be gentle.
Yes, be gentle. 1 word. Pick a word. Anecdote.
2 minutes to suggest.
2 minutes to suggest.
And go. Excuse me. Beer burps. That's quality. It's quality stream topic.
Quality
Beer burps.
stream right
Whoa.
there.
Boom.
Beer burps. Let's talk about beer burps.
You should just that should be a show in its own, man. Just you using a Hatsune Miku plushie.
Right? But like, hey, Charlie.
That would belong in that weird part of the internet with like that Japanese bass player who puts on women's clothing as he plays.
Oh, dude, fucking, I know that person. He's freaking amazing.
Yeah, he's a sweet bassist, right?
Yeah, he's hella cool. Prestidigitation. I can't even pronounce that word.
Somebody's just showing up.
Anti-totalitarianism.
KG just was like, all right, flipping through a dictionary. He's like, what is the most ridiculous word I can find here that'll make people have to Google?
Oh, God.
Mickey, why are you putting cats and feet in quotation marks? It's making me a little worried.
Cats and feet? Because she's possum. Ha ha ha. Sorry.
Fast food, all one word.
Fast food. Underwears.
See, there is no consensus. There's no consensus for this game at all. Last time the Dick's consensus was pretty well spot on, to be honest.
Oh, wow.
But to be fair, the guest last week, her favorite curse word was dicks, so I think that had a little bit to do with it.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. All right, people, keep on voting. We need to find like at least two for the same word, because, or if it comes down to it, we can just choose one.
Yeah.
Dysentery. KG, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is not the 19th century South, all right?
So, like, I was totally in a wagon trying to cross the Edogawa River, and
Yeah.
I was trying to get to the other side because I wanted to see the Hanami last year, and like I was almost at like 95% when the fucker just tipped over, man. I lost all my oxen, I lost all my tigers, and Jim over here died, and I never saw him again. So yeah, freaking dysentery, man, happens every day.
Dysentery.
Dysentery.
God
Man.
damn.
You got the Hershey squirts, as they say.
No. Okay, well apparently we're either getting a really lewd suggestion or just completely too tame. But
oh, cats and cats.
Yeah, we've got. So it looks like we're going with a cat anecdote.
Okay, well then let me tell you all about the pussycats.
Like you turned into Gopher from Pooh Bear all of a sudden.
Oh, Pooh Bear.
Say, Sonny.
Cats. Would you like to go first, sir?
Memory, all alone in the moonlight.
Wow.
All right. So, cat anecdotes. I don't know if I have any really funny ones. I had one where I got really sick one time because a cat attacked me, but I mean, it's not funny.
Maybe it's funny to them.
I mean, yeah, in like a purely Schadenfreude kind of way. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, one time I was living, and a cat was also living in the same area that I was living in. It was an apartment. It was my apartment. And the cat, being playful, I walked by. She went for my sock, and unbeknownst to me, a small fragment of her claw was lodged in my foot. And here's the thing, I'm quite allergic to cats. So the weeks went on. Maybe it was just a week. I don't know. It was a long time ago. And my foot began to swell, and I got really, really sick for like a week. And then, sure enough, I went to the doctor, and he pulled from my foot almost a whole, like, shed bit of cat claw.
Ooh.
That's my not funny, but disgusting and really horrible memory of cats. But I love cats.
Oh, fun. Well, let's see.
Yeah.
I, like you, am also allergic to cats. And a little while ago, I had to go meet my girlfriend's parents for dinner. Little did I know that I had to go meet up with them at the house first. They own 2 cats. So while I was thinking, okay, that's cool, I'll head over to your house, walk in, stay in the living room area, away from the kitty cats, I should be good. And then we could go to dinner and have a grand old time. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, in Japan, when people basically take you to meet their parents, it's kind of like, dun, 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 basically the next step. So when you go to meet the parents, you have to be prim and proper. But I was hoping for the best, and it did not turn out so good. When I went over, I went upstairs to the room, and I had to wait quite a bit because people were still kind of getting ready, and I was hoping to avoid the cats, but the cats had other plans. One of the cats jumped directly at me and just sat and shedded all over my body, and just wanted to be pet. And I didn't want to pet her, but she just all over. And then the other cat gets the wise idea of wanting to sit on my shoulder directly next to my face. So homeboy starts rubbing his face all over mine. And now I'm not extremely allergic like most people, but it's enough to get me kind of like starting to itch. And it's like I wore black, and the cats have white fur. So by the time we're getting ready to go, my nose is already dripping. It's already cold in winter, so that just exacerbated the situation. And yeah, I started having like sneezing, coughs, and everything like that. And by the time we get to the restaurant, I'm thinking, okay, I just got the sniffles. I'm totally cool. Oh shit! And then I start sneezing like about 2 to 3 times per minute, and we're in this like really fine Italian restaurant, and I can't stop sneezing, and I'm sitting here like, I got a spirit. I used to work in the broadcasting industry, and like I'm like, oh my god, they probably hate me. They probably hate me so much, and like I went to the restroom to try to like freshen up a bit, and like I saw like my entire red side of my face was like pure red, thanks to good old kitty cat, and I went back and super embarrassed, but somehow I kind of like gammoned through the entire experience, and I think it went well. I'm pretty sure it went well. I mean, we're still together, but yeah, cats, man, they'll kill you. They'll kill you, man. It was not a good experience trying to meet family and trying to speak while suffering.
We should put that on like your T-shirt. If I don't know if you sell T-shirts yet, but if you ever do, cats, man.
Cats, man. They'll fuck you up. And shit.
Kanto Kitsune, 2015.
2015. You heard it here first, guys.
Boom. The rise. All right. Well, guys, that, as you may know, ends our stream. So, yeah, Fox, thank you, man. Thank you. I had a really good time.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It's definitely cool.
Yeah, no, I hope you'll want to do it again sometime.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Hit me up anytime, provided I have time.
Yeah, I gotcha. That's the trick, right?
Yeah.
But is there anything you want to talk about? You want to plug? You want to, I don't know. You want to tell a raunchy joke or something before we close out?
Oh God, no! I can't. I thought of one, but it's too bad. No, just definitely. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. I think you deserve a lot more credit than what you're given as well. The stuff on your channel, I'm really liking and enjoying while I'm sitting here working on articles at night. Cars. You could get really awesome cars out here in Japan, including Itashas. Is that okay? A deal? I don't really see sport pimped out cars. That's why I don't take pictures of them. Sorry, dude. But no, in regards to me, it's like I am extremely busy. In regards to YouTube, I am just going to be filming me walking around Japan, practicing my skills, etc., like stuff like that. But yeah, man, interaction. That's what I'm all about. That's what we're all about. And in regards to getting started on your YouTube channels, it's about community and it's about helping each other. Like all of us, we're all trying to get into it for the same thing. So why not collaborate? Do collabs, send videos to each other, work on projects together. You don't really necessarily need to be standing side by side in order to work on things. So, I mean, don't think small. Think big and take actions. Take the first step and you will get there, And that's pretty much all I have to say.
Well, that's some freaking fantastic advice. That I should have just hit the live button, like the stop broadcast, as soon as that was over. That would have been the best way to end it. But yeah, man, thank you so much, guys, and yeah, thank you, Fox, and then yeah, thanks to everybody in the comments as always for coming by, guys. This is definitely one of our more successful shows for sure.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, and I hope you guys will tune in next week. We're gonna have Pickles Degaijin on for a whole show instead of just for 10 minutes.
Woo!
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that, and yeah, guys, the after party link will be tweeted if anybody wants to come to that. So,
sweet.
Otherwise, thanks as always for watching, guys. Cheers.
Peace out. Awkward ending.
Yeah, right. Because it's not actually.